Welcome to Akhand Vidyashram, the first institute of impeccable wisdom. AYODHYA RAM Yantra. It's a new concept, a new picture. Cryptic science of Ayodhya statue. My dharma, the impeccable wisdom. My greatest discovery, Divyank, the divine design of nature with which the perfect objects of the universe are designed. Impeccable wisdom is enlightening. Akhand Vidya wisdom is empowering. Beside Vedas, Upanishads, it is the Holy Gita which is my inspiration. And that particular shlok in this talks about do your karma to the best of your ability without worrying about fruits, but you should continue to do your karma consistently without any objective, only then you reach the impeccable wisdom. That's how I see it. So as a result, all my thoughts, actions are based on dharma, righteousness, perfection, truth, honesty. Karma, all my actions based on dharma. And knowledge, agyan to gyan to vigyan to pragyan to akhandata is my objective. Since I have looked for better and better perfect knowledge which cannot be questioned by anyone in light of science and mathematics, impeccable, conclusive, precise, concise teaching. And that's why I believe in this particular concept and this particular trait pravidya, Jivatma, Antratma, Paramatma. When you experience all the three within your body, you are one part of the universal consciousness, and that is Virat Roop, that is Vishal Roop, and that is Akhandata, which I am talking about. It is my privilege to have experienced that. In the light of that, I find all the knowledge available from school, college to the university throughout the world is man-made, limited with conceptions. So we need the core so that we can rectify the entire thing, keeping in that mind. So with that thought of impeccable wisdom has helped me to look at everything with a different light. And when I look at the different thing in light, I find a different picture coming up. Now I'm going to talk about something which is very, very important, which, like Divyank, revealed for the first time. And this particular picture also is something which has been spoken, nobody has answered, mathematicians have answered, engineers have not answered, architects have not answered, nobody has answered. Let's look at this particular picture. This is Ram Janmabhoomi temple perception, and that was the site which was disputed. When preference was given to dig that place beyond the particular building, lot of things which came, which world said this was built on a temple, whether it's Ram or somebody else, doesn't matter. That was a temple. But there's one thing in that particular debris which came out. I would like you to look at it now. Swami Nishyanand, in charge of that particular place, has written this statement. Please read it. I'm reading it. Lotus found at Janmabhoomi poses a challenge to modern maths and engineers. Outer bowl has 29 equal petals and inner has 13. Both prime numbers and 360-degree circle not visible by 13 and 29. Any idea how they did it? 800 years back. This was a statement which is given, which came in Quran answers, and I was quite surprised that nobody has looked at it. And I'm glad that names which were given in that is Sanjay Rakshit, Anand Ranganathan, Praful Ketkar, Swami, etc. A lot of people, and I'm sure this was way back many, many years ago. But nobody has even thrown a light on this. They just said it is something which cannot be resolved. And that too only with the 29 to 13. This particular concept was for me to start why 29 and 13. Same picture now by India Today has given it as a proof of Mandir at Ayodhya, along with these other structures, and Seer's claim is vindicated that this was the temple, not any uncivilized or other place where particular building has been built. Now, a few questions which come to my mind looking at this particular picture. Please take a look at the left picture which I am talking about. Do you see any cryptic divine design in this particular nature? Have your idea. Now, does the image unfold any intuitive wisdom? Does it give you there is something deep into it, not a picture alone? Is it a symbolic language? Is the world is trying to teach world and knowledge which is impeccable wisdom? Does it represent the beauty of murtis, idols, which Sanatana Dharma talks about it? What is the science behind it? Do you see? I'm sure you haven't seen. Does the image reflect there is a divine mathematics in it? Or is it just a picture by any child artist who is trying to do? The lot of these questions, thousands and thousands questions will come to your mind when you look at this particular picture. And this also reminds me of the picture which I put the last about Sri Chakra. That is the science of ancient Indian wisdom. They had a different way of expressing deep-rooted divine mathematics to the world, which only intelligent people who are in tune with universal consciousness could see it. Vedas have that Shruti, direct knowledge of universal consciousness. Rig Veda has that mantra. But nobody is able to understand Vedas because you have to be in tune with universal consciousness to understand those Vedas. They have become like babbling of an infancy civilization, where I know Vedas are the greatest wisdom ever done in the history of mankind. I would go back to Vedas and Upanishads to look for the wisdom which make me think rationally, logically, and bring out the divine mathematics, which is conclusive mathematics. The divine language is mathematics. Mother of science is mathematics. Everything which has to be conclusive has to be mathematically precise, concise, to the point. Every other language is defective. Divine mathematics is perfection, is that I'm going to talk about it in this particular video. Now, a divine mystery, as I've told you, this is stone carving was from that land. 29 days was the question kept. But the answer to that question which is there in the picture is very simple. Shtapta Brahmana, which was written in Rigved time itself, had the answer. You can find the answer very clearly by using a rope and the dimension itself to do anything of that nature. It should not be a problem for Indian people who believe in ancient Indian wisdom to answer any question on the world with a precision where modern mathematics is a man-made, modern physics is man-made, modern chemistry is mathematically ill-defined. So there is defect knowledge which is given from school, college to the university throughout the world is not core which I am talking about. I am talking about impeccable wisdom which everybody should know so that we have consistent knowledge for every student throughout the world from school, college to the university. So there is nothing to be unlearned or relearned. We should have that wisdom, and that work is done by Akhand Bharat, by me over a period of last 60 years, and I'm glad single-handedly I've done that. Stabda Brahmana is a part of Shukla Yajurveda, and emphasis on this particular process is given by Maharishi Yajnavalkya, who has written Brihad Aranyaka Upanishads and Isha Upanishads and those kind of things. And based on Shukla Yajurveda, he has spoken about symbols, rituals, mythology is based on mathematics. Impeccable wisdom is of 29 pi, 22 by 7, and Pythagorean theorem goes back to his period, which is more than 5,000 years ago. Forget about any of this and goes back to Ramayana period. And it was done during Ramayana period that is there in Ram temple. It is not 800 years which I'm talking about. The concept is as old as Ramayana, because Yajnavalkya was the one when Janak was there, when Ramayana was there. It goes back to that level, nothing new. Ancient Indian science of geometry is there. As a matter of fact, I'm made to understand. It also talks about the 5 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Matsya, Kurma, Vara, Narasimha and Vamana are based on Stapta Brahmana only. Second one are based on human anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, development, otherwise. So that way 10 stage of development is also something which I find actually there are 10 stages of development in every stage of perfection. if the first stage of creation is 22 by 21, then to 10 stages they go to form, and then 0.344 completes it. That's what Divyank is all about. In that Divyank, I am able to resolve all the issues which have been outstanding for generations, which nobody has been able to understand. And now let's move on to this. Now, how Stabda Brahmana or the concept works in this is 122 by 7 is 1 by 7 is something which has to be understood, number one. Second thing, Pythagorean theorem is something which we talked to Pythagorean, but its references way back to Shukla Yajurveda itself. And you can see the middle picture. That square is converted as a line, and that particular is hypotenuse. With that, you can calculate the value of anything and everything. And using this value only, I have given the world the Divyank ratio as 1.618034. And I'm sure using this ancient Indian wisdom of Stabda Brahmana could have been used to produce the perfect number of Divyank golden ratio, which has not been done. But Divyank is giving you that with this simple concept, which could have explained how 19, 13 or 29 have been done. Very simple. But now look at this particular picture. You have the inner one circle. That is something which has been not talked about it. They're talking about 13 and 29. But right in the center you find a single circle. And that is Nirankar Nirgun Brahman. That is a form of God, and that is Shunya. That is zero. Zero was not discovered by Aryabhata, but not invented by anybody in the world. It was there right in Rig Veda, where Nishidya, before the creation, what was there in the darkness, the light, the Shunya, the dot. And that dot is mentioned in Rig Veda's 10th mandala itself. It is not something to be invented by someone that India invented it. No, it is universal consciousness, because everything starts from zero. That particular concept, it did not look like anybody, but is the most important digit in entire mathematics. And its mention is there before even creation of the world, because everything was in a zero form, in the circle form, dot form, spherical form. And that's why I call that was Neon 21, where it started. And that discovers one. The second part, which is there in particular picture, you can see the one is surrounded by another 7 circles. Why 1 by 7? And that is what pi is about. That is what Yajnavalkya is talking about. Once you understand 1, and that every one part is further divided into 7 parts. Whether it's Om, A, U, M, each one 7 part, or Earth has got 7 parts, Antariksh has got 7 parts, heavens are 7, or even light has 7, days are 7, everything is divided into 7. This is a divine design. It is not man-made design. That's where India has 7 days, and even West has 7 days. Universal consciousness is that. Independently they found that. So 1 is divided into 7 is a second concept which was not even reflected by anybody in that particular question. Now let me understand this particular concept. When I was made to make this particular symbol of Akhand, which made me understand Gayatri symbolism, Dattatreya symbolism, all the gods and goddesses symbolism one by one, then ask a question, can you make me make an independent, inanimate symbol? And that is a symbol which is there on the right side. And that enlightened me, and that's what I put even in Sri Chakra. This is the beauty. You see the red dot in that particular picture, you see the entire universe within you. Left side of the brain, right side of the brain, front, right, everything becomes, you put you one with universal consciousness. That's the beauty of that particular symbol. And how this was done, I made a circle which is dot shunya before the creation and divided it into 9 parts. As you can see, 9 dots on that particular place. Then I divided 1 by 7 and made the number of 0.142857. Then I connected 1 with 4, 4 with 2, 2 with 8, 8 with 5, 5 with 7, 7 with 1. And this is a picture which emerged. is a phenomenal picture. You can see a beauty. This is what the beauty of 7 is. But 7 by itself is not complete. I was made to add another triangle, which is Shakta triangle, or core male triangle, which is going up. And as a result, 7 when you divide is only 6 parts, and this makes all the 9 points are connected, and this is a beautiful picture which is called Enneagram, which West knows about it, but the real beauty is not known. West does not recognizes something more than this. They recognize God as a father, Shakta, and this is their picture. But Indians believe that female Shakti is much more important than Shakta alone, because creatrix has to be done by this. When I added that particular triangle, and this was the picture which came, it started emerging very, very well. Added center zone, which represents Lord Shiva, Aditya, you have a fantastic picture coming up. And that is a picture which I'm talking about, has all the concepts of Dattatreya, Gayatri Mantra, entire of Ved, Upanishads, Sanatana Dharma, entire beauties into this picture alone. Then I converted that with the lights to separate it. This was the picture which I, wow, if this is the Antaratma, this is the soul which is in tune with universal consciousness, knows omnipotent, omnipresent, everything. I think I have got the soul. My soul is going to give me the answers for all the questions which no man has ever been able to explain. Ever since making this picture, I've been only listening to my Antaratma, asking questions, and my Antaratma has been giving me the answer. I'm only an instrument like any other person who by myself is very limited. That's what Dvaita philosophy cannot take you. Advaita philosophy also cannot take you. That is the reason of Trit Pravidya, when me, my Antaratma and Paramatma, all the three are in one body, then entire universe is mine. And that's the beauty which I am talking about. Now, to explain 1 by 7, I have seen Earth is made of 7 parts, Atal to Patal, you can see. Then Antriksh is also made of 7 parts. Then you have 7 heavens, and then you go beyond to Brahmalok. And that is the concept of 22 by 21, which is 1/3 of pi. Now, what Yajnavalkya wrote about pi, 22 by 7, I have taken to next stage as a 22 by 21 as the first stage of creation of universal consciousness. And same concept is there in Brahma picture. You can see 3 faces very clear and 1 short, and that is 22 by 7 alone. And Om also you see the same beauty is reflected, and the wisdom of 22 by 21, which is 1/3 of Brahma consciousness, of pi, is so beautifully reflected in both the pictures. And it's not my pictures, of course, the one which I've done is based on which everybody else could have done it. Now let's look at the second thing which I think is very, very important. The first circle is 13, I told you, could have been calculated with Brahmana Stapta using Pythagorean theorem. But in this picture, you find inside you have 1, then you have 7, then the 13 are actually 5 plus 8. 5 and 8 are Divyank ratio. And that is what I'm talking about from Divyank. 5 and 8 is Divyank, and put together they are 13. And that is what this picture is talking about. It's giving you mathematics. It's not giving you a picture just like that. There's an immense number of impeccable wisdom in this. How beautiful it is. The next one. And this is what Fibonacci sequence, which world now knows as 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Same sequence is there, which leads to golden ratio of 1.618. Is defective. But this was given by Misra Cho 450 before the world, BC. That means after 2600 years ago, he classified that knowledge as Misra. And that is where the wisdom of sequence is there. Now come to the outer ring, has got 20 new lotus petals. And this is what I call Divyank sequence. You have the middle 1 surrounded by 7 is the basic construction. Then you have 5 plus 8 is the second question. But when you take the third circle as I put in different colors, you have 3 white, which is the first number. Then you have 5 red, is the second number. Then you have 8 orange colors. And then you have green, dark green, 13. So 5, 8, 3, 5, 8, 13 is equal to 29. So now you see the beautiful sequence. Is 3, 5, 8 and 13 is what is the Divyank sequence, and that is being taught in the first one. But why this particular number is actually shows is beautiful number because it represents what you're going to see. Moon. Moon cycle is a 29 and a half days, to be very, very precise. 29 plus 5, 2 days, you can see. And you can see the ascending and descending phases adding up to 2952. But this particular concept also made me understand what is the precise value. Why solar system calendar is 365 days plus 25. And other one is 354, and there's a difference of 11 days. Why there's a difference of 11 days, I've already explained. But now this is a picture of perfect menstrual cycle, which is 29 and a half days, not 26 days and other things. And what is missing in all the knowledge of menstrual cycle throughout the world has been challenged by me, that 3 phases of bleeding 5 days, follicular for 8 days, and secreted 13 days is defective. That's also 5, 8 and 13 is there. But 3 adding 3 and a half has resolved that particular issue. This is a perfect cycle which nobody can find fault. At leisurely you can take this and understand how beautiful is this concept. I've already explained in different stages. I have found this particular. This is the final picture I've given it. Now, impeccable wisdom in this, you have inner circle of 1, then second circle of 7, the inner third circle of 5 plus 8, outer 3, 5, 8, 13, 29. How wisdom of entire universe, how beautifully is there in this particular thing. It should be a reflection for the world. If you are in tune with universal consciousness, you have the entire vision within you. And that's the objective of this particular video. And this is what is Moon, you see the reflection within. Take it to this stage, you are complete one with the universe. Anyway, enough for the day. Thank you.